Hey everybody, and welcome to my very first video on my brand new look of my channel. I have done a complete different approach on how I'm going to do my future channel, and I'm going to be talking about that in the beginning, and then we'll go into a book review on The Biblical Walk Through the Mass by Edward Seary. So, I don't know how many of you have been keeping up with my channel, but if you have, thank you very much. And if you have been, then you clearly have seen that the profile pictures change and the description, everything else. Some videos have been gone and others haven't. And I just want to explain that right now. So, Catholicism Around the Corner is my brand new look, my brand new name for my channel. And we will be doing all things Catholic, whether it reflects upon, like today, a book review, any topic, something that happened in the world within um, either our country in the United States or worldwide, anything, but anything could happen on here, but it will only be around Catholicism. And then my other channel, which still has the same profile pictures last time, will still have the other stuff on it whenever I get around to it. And it'll just be some fun, cool videos for it. It's still on the Matthews channel. That's its name and the same profile picture. But I currently do not have any videos on that channel right now. But this is the new and improved channel. I also have a Facebook page for it on Facebook, and the link should be in the channel description. And eventually, if I can figure out getting a camera, I might do a face reveal and we can go. It'll be easier to make the videos that way, I feel maybe, but we'll have to wait and see. And then and we'll probably still have the regular podcast without it. So let's go into the book. A Biblical Walk Through the Mass is a book by Edward Seary, and it is provided for many people. I found it on Amazon. You can get it on Ascension Press. It is through and with Ascension. But it is a wonderful book that I've gotten for my birthday this past year, I think. Yeah, it was. And the author is by Edward Seary, and on the back of the book it says Dr. Edward Seary is a theologian, international speaker, and author of several best-selling books, including A Biblical Walk Through the Mass and Walking with Mary. He is the presenter of several faith formation programs used around the world and the host of the podcast All Things Catholic. You can connect with Dr. Seary at edwardseary.com and through Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. So that's about the author. You can look him up if you don't know who he is and if you want to learn more about who he is. But the Biblical Walk Through the Mass, I've read through it all, and it is quite interesting actually. So it starts at the beginning of the Mass, obviously, and it goes um, all the way through the Mass, every single part in chronological order of how the Mass would be. So it starts with the foundations of the Mass. Chapter 1, it says, "What is the Mass?" And then it goes into the introductory rites, sign of the cross, greetings, and then Lord have mercy, the Gloria, and the opening prayer, the collect, and then the liturgy of the word, the liturgy of the Eucharist, the Eucharistic prayer, the communion rite, and the concluding rites. So it goes all the way through the Mass, every single step, and I would say for well, there's a total of 180 pages about the mass, and then it has some acknowledgments at the back, and it has a introduction as well. But what I'm saying is that there's a good enough number of pages for each part of the mass. Um, but let's see how many chapters there are. The book is right in front of me right now. There's 26 chapters, and then it's divided into above that. It's divided into to the parts of the mass. But it really is a fantastic book. It's pretty. I think it's pretty. It's very easy to be able to get. It's not too much. I could look that up right now, actually. On Amazon. Um, but it really is a very nice book. I think it's probably in one of my top 10 Catholic books. Let me figure out the cost. Oh yeah, there it is. Uh, it's only 13, $14. So it's not that expensive. It's a great book. You can get it on Amazon. I mean, I'm looking at it right now. You can get it on Ascension Press. If anybody doesn't know what Ascension is, then you should look it up because it's pretty interesting. But and another thing that's good about this book is that if you are one of those people, one of those Catholics that talk to your Protestant friends a lot about what you each believe and why you believe it, this is a great book that has biblical references. It even has catechism references that you can go to. But but it's mainly biblical, obviously. But it has all of the Bible verses and everything through the Mass in it, and it's a great book to to provide for your Protestant friends if they're wondering how the Mass works, how we have the Mass, why we have the Mass, what entails the Mass, why we do this part, how we do this part, and so forth. But I think, and I mean, obviously, if you do debate with your Protestant friends, be nice about it. And you really shouldn't debate, you should just have a conversation about it. And there is a difference. But it's a very nice book to talk to your Protestant friends about if they don't believe, well, obviously, but if they are questioning um, what we do in our faith and how we do it. But it has Bible references for every single part that's important. And I mean, probably on every single page there's at least one Bible verse. And another thing about it is that with every single part of the Mass that it talks about, it really goes deep into it and it really helps you appreciate each part of the Mass more. Because the thing about the Catholic Mass is that the words are always the same, besides the readings and the homilies different. And there's more different things between the Eucharistic prayer that can have different. And I probably will make a video about that too regarding the Missal. But it really does go deep into every single part about the Mass, especially the Eucharistic prayer, and it also explains how the Mass is a sacrifice, and it's not just the pre-sacrifice or Jesus' sacrifice, but it's ours as well. And it really does go deep into every single part of the Mass, which is fantastic. So there's that. A Biblical Walk Through the Mass by Edward Siri. Great book. Recommend it. 5 stars. Um, but yeah, it's very cheap on Amazon, just $13 or $14. Um, but yeah, it's a great book. Please do stay tuned because I will try to get as many videos out as possible regarding all things Catholic. And welcome to the very first um, video on Catholicism around the corner. And I hope to see you again soon. Bye for now. Thanks for listening.